A message to aliens. What did we put on Voyager's golden record? Imagine you had to pack a box that would travel across the universe forever. You could only put one thing inside, and whoever opens it, maybe millions of years from now, maybe on the other side of the galaxy, would judge all of humanity based on what you choose. What would you put in the box? Back in 1977, a group of scientists had to answer exactly that question, and what they created is one of the most remarkable objects in human history, the golden record. The scientists who made the decision. NASA asked the scientist named Carl Sagan to lead the project. Sagan was one of the most famous scientists of his time, a brilliant astronomer who also had a talent for explaining complicated things in ways anyone could understand. He assembled a small team, and they had just a few months and almost impossible job. Summarize all humanity on a single disc. They had to decide what sounds represent life on Earth. What music? Which languages? What images will make sense to a being who has never seen a human, never seen a tree, never heard music, and has no idea what the color blue is? Every choice was a question about who we are. What is on the golden record? The golden record is made of gold-plated copper, designed to last over 1 billion years in space. Attached to the outside is a cover with instructions drawn using hydrogen atoms and pulsars as a scientific map explaining how to create the record and where it came from. Sounds of Earth. The record begins with rain falling, ocean waves, the wind, a baby crying, a dog barking, footsteps, a train, a rocket launching. These are the sounds of a living planet with weather, with animals, and people. Music. The team selected 27 musical pieces from around the world. Bach, Beethoven, a Navajo night chant, Azerbaijani bagpipes, a Pygmy Girls initiation song, Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good. They picked music from every continent, every tradition. The idea was, if aliens hear music, they'll understand that humans feel things, that we celebrate, we mourn, we dance. Greetings in 55 languages. People around the world recorded short greetings. Hello from the children of planet Earth. One of them is in ancient Akkadian, a language spoken in ancient Mesopotamia, now Iraq, more than 3,000 years ago. Even a dead language was included because of how long we've been here matters too. 115 images. The team selected 115 photographs and diagrams. These include the structure of DNA, a diagram of how humans are born, people eating, laughing, running, a classroom, a supermarket, mountains, oceans, deserts, forests, the Great Wall of China, an airport, astronauts in space. Choosing the images was harder than choosing the music. How do you show what an alien of family is? What a meal is? What love looks like? The pale blue dot. In 1990, when Voyager 1 was about 6 billion kilometers from Earth and past all the outer planets, Carl Sagan made one final request. Turn the camera around and take a photo of home. What came back was one of the most famous photos ever taken. Earth. Our entire planet, every person who has ever lived, every war ever fought, every great idea ever fought, appeared as a pale blue dot, a tiny speck of light in a vast dark emptiness. The photo was so striking that Sagan wrote a now famous reflection. "Look at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us," he continued. "Every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, every inventor and explorer in the history of our species lived there on a remote dust suspended in a sunbeam." The pale blue dot does something remarkable. It makes you realize that everything we argue about on Earth looks very differently when you see our planet as a tiny point of light in an infinite universe. Will the golden record ever be found? Probably not, at least for an incredibly long time. Space is almost unimaginably empty. Voyager 1 traveling about 60,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, it would take about 40,000 years to drift near the next closest star system. Scientists don't actually expect the golden record to be found anytime soon. But that wasn't really the point. Carl Sagan said that the golden record was as much a message to us as to anybody else. It forced humans to ask, what are we, really? What do we want the universe to know about us? What are we proud of? And if you listen to the record, the sounds of rain, the crying baby, Beethoven and Chuck Berry, and a pygmy girl song, you might feel something unexpected. Pride. We're small, we're brief, but we make something beautiful. If you could add one more sound or song to the golden record, what would you choose and why? Tell us in the comments.